Welcome to the show today. And on the show, I would like to talk about chapter 13 of my book. Yeah, 13, they say, isn't a lucky number. But what is lucky when you're talking about people in your life that have affected you in one way or another, negatively, and some positively, like my sister Cassandra, Barbara. I called her Cassandra in what chapter was Cassandra? 10. But chapter 13, I called this girl or woman Haley. I just thought of Haley. But her name is also Barbara. But I won't say her last name because one of my family was married to her brother, and she still has the same last name, but he left her to go sow his wild oats. And I think he's still sowing them because he didn't marry again. He made a vow, but then he broke his vow, and he decided he dated different women, and now he's dating a girl from, I think, Delaware. Anyway, that's none of my business, but here, this girl, Haley, named Barb, in my National Guard unit, she got a job later. And I said, well, yeah, she's family of mine through marriage, but they were already divorced when she worked with the 28th Infantry Division Data Center in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And we used to, sometimes in the hot weather, because the buildings weren't air conditioning, even though our tractor trailer, the back of the trucks that expanded, they were expandable trailers that made into offices for the computer section. We had a 1005 Univac key punch machines, and that was way back in the late 70s and early 80s. And then in the mid 80s, we got IBMs and moved to Fort Indiantown Gap, Annville, Pennsylvania. So Haley, Barb, whatever you want to call her, it gets so hot outside, and there was a maintenance group down at the other end of the 28th Infantry Division Center, Data Center. The data means computer operation. It was at 14th and Calder Streets in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So on the end was maintenance, and we go down there when we need a truck repaired or wanted a forklift to reach to the top of one of the tractor trailers. I could drive deuce and a half and 5-ton truck. I had a license for it. I have the one license that I kept. But you don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe anything I'm talking about. And you don't have to believe what I talk about with Haley, Barb. And she could watch this or talk to me and say, oh, I don't remember doing that. And, oh, that never happened. You're making this up. Because that's what they do. That's what they say. You know, they're ashamed of themselves or whatever. I know they were blatant lies. I know what happened. I'm still in shock about what happened, sort of. I'm an adult now. I was only 20 then. And now I'm 67. So I'm like, I guess I understand why she did it, but I would have never done such a thing. But that's just me. We're all different. So we were doing the water battle where you'd fill up buckets and cups with water. And then we'd run into the building because there was nothing going on. We had all the stuff run for the month with the property books, keeping track of all the military equipment for the Army National Guard in Pennsylvania. So we ran those listings every week. I guess some were monthly and some were weekly. So that's boring. But this isn't boring because we were going in and out to the bathroom there where they had showers also. 2 showers and 2 toilets. I don't know the exact number. But we'd run in there and get a cup of water or whatever thing they were carrying to fill with water. So I'm running in there to fill my cup up with water. And there she is, Haley. Her name's Barb. She's flashing her boobs at a guy. And I'm like, what? And I just turn around and leave like, oh my gosh. And I think I went up to the break area. But anyway, what the hey. Oh, it was all fun and games. No, that's not fun and games. That to me is disgusting. Although I'm not innocent, like I said with Doug, I threw myself on him, but I was starry-eyed. You know, that's no excuse either. It's all sin. But anyway, she ended up taking these military, because I was Pennsylvania Army National Guard, a GS employee, GS5, GS6. And she was an Army Guard, AGR, Army Guard Reserve, full-timer. So she could take these flights, military flights, out to California, to Hawaii, whatever was available that she could go on. They were free flights, I'm pretty sure, or really low cost. So she'd fly out to California a lot. And here she ends up about a year after this flashing of her boobs, pregnant. She's pregnant with a little girl. I already had my first child, and I think I had my second child then after she had her first little girl. So I asked her how's she doing, being single, going to be a single mother, and she's doing well because she's paid by the military. I think she was dating another officer then that wasn't the father. She said the father is from California, and that's where the dad is, and he's going to help her, and blah, 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 lies. Because we find out many years later that the guy I worked with side by side, not Doug, but Bob, and I said, named him Sculer or something in the book. Chapter 13, Haley, of my book, which I didn't mention. It's mine. I'm sorry. Let's start again. The book I wrote a few years back is called Marriage, Mind Funk. Because they funk with your mind. I like to say the other word, but funk. You got the funk. We got the funk. Everybody's got the funk. They funk with your mind. People funk with your mind. Marriage, mind funk, and mindfulness. So we're acting logically. Mindfulness. And I think there's 18 chapters, but I'm only going to talk about the 17 here. And I'm on 13 about Haley, who I'm explaining. Her real name's Barb. And things that blow your mind about people. How they lie to you and tell you anything but the truth. For what reason? It's beyond me. I don't know. But anyway, my book's on Amazon.com. My pen name's K. Dean. The book's $6.99. I'm trying to sell it. If I sell 200,000, I know, dream big. I can pay off my mortgage. Because I get 35 cents. 35 cents per book. Y'all, you can tell I lived in Alabama for about 2 years. And now I'm in the Midwest. Was in Missouri 7.5, and now I'm back in Kansas, right across the border from Joplin, Missouri, and Galena. Only about 45 minutes from Vinita, Oklahoma, where they're building the American Heartland Park, and hopefully it'll be done by 2026. And I ain't lying about that. I know there was some trouble with permits and stuff going on, and with flood zones and stuff like that with the campsite, the Three Ponies campsite, and then the park. So I hope they can get that all together and get us a park. We need amusement. We need fun. We need jobs around this area. Not that I want to work there. It's a 45-minute drive. I ain't driving that far. Speaking of working, I had that job interview, but they didn't ask me to work, but she was going to interview a couple more, she said, but I told her I'm not working. I want to just stay home. It was 7 hours a day. I only want to work 2 to 3 hours a day, maybe 4 at the most. And I want to work seasonally and not like at Salvation Army, that I couldn't go away if I wanted to for like 2 or 3 weeks, even if it's only 20 hours a week. At Salvation Army, that job was only 19 or 20. So back to Haley, Barb. Here, the guy that was the dad of her little girl that is now in her 30s, he was right there. And he married another lady, and he couldn't have children. She couldn't have children, his wife. And here he had a daughter for over, 20-some years that he didn't even know was his own daughter. I thought once I knew that Bob was the dad, that she did favor him, but live and learn. That's what I'm saying. And Marriage, Mind, Funk, and Mindfulness, Chapter 13. So yeah, life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone, but you can keep singing, dancing, making music, and having fun as much as possible, and that's what I'm doing. Thank you for watching my video, liking, subscribing, and just caring. And I hope you're having a great time in whatever you're doing and trying to keep going one day at a time. As far as me taking a 7-hour-a-day job, working with special needs children in an elementary school, I am too old to do 7 hours a day because I want to take care of my Abby girl, my German Shepherd, and clean my house and have dinner ready for my husband because he got hired and he's going to make more money than I would have, and we can pay our mortgage off, not in 5 years, but maybe 10 or 15 if we live long enough if God blesses us. So yeah, people, F and A, way F with your mind. So just keep singing, dancing, making music, and having fun as much as possible.